Welcome back. Okay, so this part of the tutorial is going to be setting the sleeve in. So as you can see, that's what we're trying to achieve. We're going to go down the edge of the stitch, and that's the part on the shoulder that I did before. And if you go, when you're feeling your sewing up, it shouldn't be bulky. All right, so if you put your fingers in there, it shouldn't be bulky at all. And I'll show you this way what I mean. That there is nice and flat. It's not bulky at all. So I can actually put my fingers on there and there's no bulk whatsoever. It's nice and flat. All right, so that's what we're going to try and achieve on this one. Now, how we go about it? Well, remember I said to you that we have one and the other one is here. So those were the markers that we had to put in and for setting the sleeve in. So this is not a raglan, this is just a straight set-in sleeve. So when I got this one organised, what I did was I folded the sleeves over and got my halfway mark. Don't stretch your sleeve, keep it so it's nice and flat like that. No stretch in it whatsoever, and then you get to your halfway mark there. You then connected. Now this is where in the last tutorial I did it nice and flat and did that edge. I want you to try and get right on that piece that we did. There's the stitch in there. So I've just put it in there just to hold it, and now what I'm going to do is bring this one down and I'm going to attach that one to there, right on the edge stitch, and the same on this end. And I've just used little clips to do this with. There we go. All right, so when you put it out flat, it should come out pretty much on a par like that. So you shouldn't have to stretch this one to make it fit. All right, just lay it flat, and there's a slight difference there, not a lot, when you see it when you do it. Okay, but I will show you as you go on. Maybe not here, because I'm hoping that this, by the looks of it, will be okay. But if we have one side longer than the other, there's a little trick that I use for that part of it. Now I've already connected. I like to try and keep, when I'm doing a garment or anything, I don't like to start a new piece of wool unless I really have to, like I did over here. I like to keep long lengths when I start and when I finish, so we can use those to sew up with. Now I'm going to turn this around and just bring this down here out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. Now this is attached to the sleeve, so what I want us to do is come up, and that stitch there I'm holding, but I want to come up into that one there. So we're going to come up into that stitch there, just in between where your actual purl stitches. We're going to come up into what I call the knot. Right, and we're just going to bring it in. Not again, don't pull. So now now that I've connected, I'm going to take that one out, and then I don't want us to start right on the edge, because we're going to use that stitch, that part there, for when we sew up the sleeve and the body. So I want to come in and just again pick up just the first, you'll see in there a little stitch coming up. We're just going to go into the one stitch just there. Then on this side we're going to come up into that one because that is your last stitch. But I want to, when I sew up, I like to make it like the other side had a nice straight edging. So again, don't pull, and then we're going to go right underneath and we're going to pick up the top of that stitch. All right, into there. Again, just very gently pull. Then we're going to follow that line. So that's where we've come out of. Can you see that piece there? It might be a little bit hard for the first one. But wherever you cut the hole you come out of, you must go back down and then pick up the next, what I call the bar. All right, there it is there. So we're going to pick up that bar. Then we're going to come across to this side. Don't panic too much that there's a bit of a hole. That's the last stitch, and that we will come in once we keep going with our stitches, our sewing up. So we're going to pick up that one just like what we did before, and there you go. See, that's tightened that one up now. So now that's the hole that we came out of, and there's the bar. And we're going to follow that line all the way through. If you're not sure about where you're heading, just put your little marker or a piece of wool in that same line just ahead of you, just to make sure that you are coming down that same line there. All right, so we'll continue across, down, pick up the bar and bring it in gently. We're not going to pull after each one. Okay, we're going to just continue down very slowly, picking up that one, gently bringing it through. Then there's the one, I'll just bring that out. See, there's the one that we came out of there. Can you see there? And that's the same hole that we're going to go through again, picking up the bar very gently. Don't pull it all the way, otherwise you won't see where you've been. And there, see, there it is coming out, the two bars. Just very gently pull. Now there's where the bar comes out, and that's where we're heading to. So we're on track. I usually like doing maybe 4 or 5 with this type of wool, doing this before we pull. So there's the bar, that's your yarn coming out. There's the hole that it's coming out of. There's your bar, and then we're going to bring it through. I'll do one more. So there's the two, picking those two up, bringing it through, and once more on this side till we get to where our stitch holder is, and we are on track, okay, because that's where we put it in, so we're on track there. Now when we come to gently pull, I want you to make sure that your fingers go either side of where you have been threading. Now I want you to hold the yarn fairly close and just very gently pull along flat. Don't pull it up, pull along this way, and we'll just very gently, and when you've done a couple, come back and gently pull again. And you will see it close over as you're going. And that is what we're trying to achieve. So see how you've got it sitting nice and straight all along. There's our marker still. There's our marker. All right. There's our yarn coming out. So that is where we will go in again. So I will do a couple more for you. I'll take that marker out now, and I will take that marker along again. So there's my line there. There's my stitch on the end. I'm coming in one. So I'm going to follow that line there along. I'm going to put the marker back in through the there we go, through the wool, and then I'm going to, if you're not sure where you've come out of, just very gently pull and see how you can see the bar. That's the bar, and your wools come out of there. All right, so there's the hole that we're going to go down, and there's your bar there. Again, don't pull. You don't have to pull on this. Now you can see those ones a little bit easier too. Those are the two that you're going to pick up. And back down, there's your bar. Pick up, and away we go again. There's your two over that side. Pick those up. There's your bar down in there, and we pick that up. We'll do one more. So picking up those two, just gently pull, and one over here. I like to finish on this side, on the bar side, because you can actually see it a lot easier. So now, if I put that down, you can actually see that I'm on track. I'm not having to pull the sleeve or the body part of it. So now we've got to that point. Again, we're just going to hold, very gently pull, and again, there we go. We're on. Now make sure you don't pull too hard, but there you go. We've got a nice straight line coming through. Well, I'll continue along, and then when we come to the next part, it'll be sewing up of the sleeve and the body. Okay, see you soon.